Hey guys.
Alright, folks, we're here today to check out the first single from the upcoming new album by 1914. The name of the song is 1916. Let's party like it's 1916. I don't know, did they party back then? I'm sure they did. Not during that year. I'm sure during that year the parties were at an all-time low.
All-time low, yeah.
All-time low. But I'm sure people were partying at some point in time in 1916 or maybe later. Whatevs. Are you ready for some brand new 1914?
Dude.
It's been a while.
Always.
It's been a while. All right, let's see what the song is all about.
Agarra! Una pattuglia austriaca! Fuoco! Una pattuglia austriaca! Rispondete al fuoco solamente quando riuscite a vederli! Allo scoppio ci ritiriamo.
This was good, but it's no Sabaton.
Uh,
I kid. So, I have my own thoughts and opinions, but what do you think?
that makes me scared. But
No, I really like it.
I really like it too. The song is less of a. They have songs that are more like songs. You know what I mean? Where they're telling a story, but they kind of have something they go back to, whatever, and they're more. They have like songs, but then they also have like these ones where they're fully just telling the story, and then there's some really nice musical elements within, but it's just like just the most grotesque description of what war was like, which.
Yeah, and they use the sound to really create a
really-
visual through music to create a
exactly.
visual of the battle.
Of the crazy shit that was probably happening back then, the artillery coming down and all that. So if you we're not to look at the video, although the video was very nice,
The video is really well done.
very well done, and I think it was a perfect
Very well
video
done.
for this band. You could even just close your eyes and you'll kind of
Yeah,
make up
the sound
what's-
of the track really reflects the story that's being told on the track.
not only the
like,
sound but just like
perfectly.
lyrically everything. I mean,
Everything is so well intertwined.
yeah, it doesn't feel like. It also feels like they're telling a story, but it doesn't feel like. They do it in a way where it doesn't feel like they're overly putting lyrics in certain places. Like they tell the story and they build the music around the story.
But one of the things about this song that stood out to me is that there is no chorus. The chorus is a guitar riff.
Yes, but
Isn't that cool though?
that's cool as fuck. And also,
There was no fucking chorus.
that
There was
guitar-
there was no vocals.
Dude,
No
that guitar,
nothing.
the guitar,
That was the
And then you
chorus.
hear the guitars, the drums behind it.
That was the chorus. That was the
I'm
chorus.
fine with that because you're telling a story.
I know, but to me that was the first thing that hit home.
That almost
Is that the
gives it
song
more-
has no chorus. The chorus of the song is the drums and the guitars.
Yeah.
And the rest is the
you don't
story
have to
being
make up some
told.
bullshit for your chorus, some catchy bullshit. You're there to tell a story, and it's done very well.
It kind of
It's not like
I love how these guys construct the songs because if you guys go listen to 1,000 Day Offensive, the chorus in that song changes every time. The parameters of the chorus stay the same, but because the battle is increasing, more people are dying. It starts like with like 5 people or 6 people.
Yeah.
Then because one of them dies, then there's only 4. Then one of them dies, then there's only 3. And by the time you get to the last chorus, there's only one
die
guy
alone.
left. Yeah, you die alone. So that song has that system as far as the chorus is concerned, which is the same chorus. The lyrics are different. The structure is the same, and it progresses from chorus to chorus. This one, you have a song with no chorus, where the chorus, I shouldn't say no chorus. There is a chorus,
There's a chorus,
but it's
but-
just nobody singing in it. It's just a guitar riff and the drums, and then in between that, you have the story being told. I thought that was genius. Like because that sound is so captivating. That guitar melody is so captivating with the drums behind it. Why in the hell would you even put vocals on that?
No,
Don't.
what would you do with the?
And it's
vocals
so
in that?
good. Like you don't want that to be just the intro to the
No,
track,
you
and
need
then
that it was perfect for an outro too. But like I said, they
It's
also
the
have songs that
breaks the chapters.
they're able to do songs like this, and then do songs like Argonne, the one that was on that same album as the 100 Day Offensive. That one, the chorus is a little bit more structured. The same.
The whole song is a little bit more structured.
Yeah, but I feel like they're still telling a story, yet I feel like it's more structured in a song way. Mm-hmm. It's more made as a song.
Yeah, they
this
have
one's made
different-
as more of I would say a play type, like you're
Like a narrator.
like a narrator of what's happening.
Like if you're watching a movie about this battle, this is this
is
is
Morgan
the
Freeman.
credits that roll first. Like when you sometimes when you're watching a movie or a TV series and first episode you don't know what's going on, so it starts off with either a narrator telling the story. Like for example, Shawshank Redemption starts with Morgan Freeman talking about
Yeah.
stuff, so that it kind of it's a place setter for what then you're going to be watching next.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So this kind of had that vibe. But they also have songs that sound completely like movie scores and
Yeah,
those.
yeah.
They have a wide
They have a
variety,
wide
of
variety
styles and
that
approaches
they-
when it
that they
comes to
hit,
writing
but, dude,
music.
every single one is.
But they know how to do
They
it,
have
and
a
they
whole
do it
song
well.
that's literally just a letter. The song is a letter to the guy's
Oh, yeah.
family.
Yeah.
Dude, these
I
guys.
thought when you said a letter, I thought you meant like an alphabet.
No,
letter,
I mean like a letter to the
letter,
family.
Yeah.
Like, dude, that shit's fucking awesome, and the way they're able to do it and make it really good.
They're able to. For me, the beauty about this band, more so than any other band, and I love myself some Canon FIBA. Don't get me wrong. because both bands are about World War
And
One,
both bands are not only about the war, but the
about telling stories about
telling the stories and
about
also
war.
the ugly side of war.
Yeah, but with Canon Fever, it's more from
The German
the German
perspective.
perspective. So with these guys, the thing that I really like about the way they approach music is that it's not just about telling the story through the words, through the lyrics, through the vocal performance, which I find with Canon Fever is a lot more that way. These guys use the sound to create a visual for the listener. So when you're listening to the song, I don't care what song, you pick any album, you pick any song, when you're listening to it, it's almost like you're transported to the battle itself, and everything that they're
Dude,
talking about is happening around you through
And
the
that's
sound
exactly,
that you're
dude,
listening
and
to.
then not only that, but also the video helps a lot, dude. I was halfway through the song, I'm imagining myself holding that rifle and fucking running through battle, like how it would feel, like you just
The chaos of
the
everything.
chaos and everything. Dude, you transport yourself into that time period, and it's frightening, but it's something that they do very well. Like
They're I think they're at the top of the pyramid when it comes to war theme music. Nobody does it better than these guys. And like I said, I'm not knocking the other bands, and like I'm a huge Canon Fever
dude,
fan.
for me, these
but-
two,
but-
Canon Fever and these guys
are neck and neck.
Are neck and neck.
I would
I
give
think
these
when
guys a slight edge.
I think when it comes to songs, like when it comes to like an actual just song, Canon Fever. When it comes to experience
and vibe and
what,
atmosphere,
what transports me into, because when I listen to Canon Fever, yes, do I get transported into World War One? I do, but I'm German for some reason. Zivo. But dude, those songs, you get behind them, but they're songs.
Yeah, I know
Those
what you're
are
saying.
they're actual, like, you know, these ones. When I'm listening to this, I'm transported in. But when I'm listening to the lyrics, it's telling me a story.
The way they,
I'm more enthralled.
It's more of a documentary. The way
Canon
they style.
Fever is how I feel when I'm reading like a manga or if I'm reading like a comic book. Like a lot of action, but there's still a lot of stability within. This is like, I don't know. I'm reading like an old book or watching like a play. This I feel more sophisticated.
No, it's almost like you're watching through the eyes of somebody who was there.
Who was
like
there.
You're transported into.
It's like I remember when I was a wee lad. They brought us to like the Holocaust Memorial thing in Toronto, and there was a woman there who was in the
Denying
Holocaust.
it? Oh no.
No, there was a woman that was in the Holocaust with her.
Because there's some of those too, right?
And she was telling us like her experience of being a little girl and losing her family, and you know, hearing that on TV or seeing that on TV is a different experience from actually sitting there looking at her in her eyes as she's recounting these while we have the pictures all around you. It's completely a different
It's
experience.
more visceral.
Yes. And I think that's the difference that I get
visceral.
between crazy fucking comparison, by the way. That's the difference I get between 1914 and Canon Fever. Canon Fever, I still feel that, but it's more of a distance.
It's more at the distance.
It's more at the distance.
Yeah,
but that's how they create their music. These guys, it's like I'm sitting in the room with someone who experienced it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think that's the perfect explanation.
Although,
and I love both bands.
I'm not taking anything.
And
away
I'm
from
not
each
taking
other.
anything.
It's two different experiences, but for me, they're right there. They're like a perfect pair of tits. They're right there.
Right there. Well, right there.
Right there.
Now all we need is for these guys to get confirmed that they're playing at Inferno in 2026, and my dreams would have all come true. Dude,
No,
if
one
that
needs these guys
happens,
to do a collab with Canon Fever.
somebody put a video in the comment section of the last Canon Fever that we did. Apparently they did.
Really?
Yeah, so we gotta dive deeper into that. Apparently that's already been done.
Well, I want it to be done again.
So I know these guys are gonna be at the Maryland Death Fest in the U.S. next year, 1914. That is. I'm keeping my fingers crossed that since they're on this side of the pond already, that
they're on the harder side of the pond. I feel like it'd be easier to come here.
Yeah,
right?
so I hope that they play some shows, and I hope Toronto will be one of them because I would be there hands down. There's no way I would miss these guys live in Toronto. But if that doesn't happen, then I'm keeping my fingers crossed because they have a new album coming out this year. It would make total sense that they probably will hit the road and do some touring next year to support the record. And therefore, why not play? I really hope Inferno books these guys because I think it would be phenomenal to have these guys there. So one can only hope. So far, my hopes and dreams as far as the Inferno 2026 lineup has been spot on. Two bands of the four bands that I would want to play, they've already been announced. So, Old Man's Child and Canon Fever. So if we can get these guys there, it would be amazing. Amazing. Like, it would be just, I don't know, the cherry on top. That's all I can say. Because these are bands that, unless you live in Europe, you're probably gonna have a very hard time seeing performing. And unfortunately, I'm not going to Maryland. I'm not going to that festival. So, uh, I have to keep my fingers crossed and hope that
Hopefully
something
come here,
positive
yeah.
gets announced either here or there, and we get to see 1914 because I want to meet the dudes in person as well and hang out and buy some merch.
Yeah.
Buy some merch. Speaking of merch, when I was at Inferno this year, I found the 1914 T-shirt, but it was a medium. Yeah, I'm not a medium.
I was
So,
gonna say, there's no way. It doesn't matter how much weight you lose. You're
dude,
not
if it was a
getting
large,
to-
I would have bought it.
Yeah,
I would have bought it.
that's so-
Even if I wear it as a fucking tank top, I would have cut the sleeves so that I could move a little bit better.
You'd have to cut the torso a little bit, or like
No, just
stretch
cut
it out a little bit.
No, I would just cut the sleeves and cut it like down.
Oh, like Shawn Michaels.
I was gonna say like Joe Bad, but yeah, like Shawn
Joe
Michaels,
Bad.
like Shawn Michaels. Yeah, I would have done that because at least that way I could have worn it almost like just like as a poncho.
Yeah, like Shawn Michaels. That's why
You
I
know,
said that.
so fuck it, I would wear it like that. So anyhow, but they only had a medium. Fuck, I was so bummed out. So bummed out. All right, guys, I hope you guys enjoy this brand new track from 1914. 1916 is the name of the song. They announced a new album coming out on Napalm Records. Go pre-order that shit. Go check them out on their social medias, on their platforms, and get that thing pre-ordered in on your hands as soon as possible. So that way you're supporting the band and you're showing them some love. All right, we'll see you all at the next one.
See ya.